Yes, don't adjust your laptop, your desktop, or your smartphone. It is I, it is she, it is me, it is your girl, Miss Pretty Nurse 83. Hey, y'all. How are you doing? How's your mom doing? How's your grandmama doing? How your aunties and them doing? Tell them I said hello, even if they're in heaven, okay? With that said, you guys see the title of the video, and I'm just going to get right into it because I'm kind of pressed for time, and I don't want this video to be very long because I can be very long-winded. So, but anywho, yeah, I am having weight loss surgery. Yes, today is July the 18th. Hopefully you guys will see this video before tomorrow, July the 19th, which is when I'm having my surgery. Looking back in hindsight, I probably should have done this video when I started my OptiFast diet back on June the 20th. But I was really debating whether or not I was going to speak on this because this is very personal to me. And truth be told, even though if you follow me on some of my other social medias, I'm pretty much very boisterous about the things that I like and believe in and whatever. But a lot of personal things I just keep personal to myself. But I felt this was the perfect opportunity for me to come back to YouTube because I always said that it would take a miracle and the voice of God to talk to me to come back to YouTube. However, I felt this would be the perfect opportunity, and God did speak to me and was like, share your journey with someone else. It might help someone, and it might, and I hope that it does. And if it doesn't, that's cool too. This is a way for me to vent and get out, you know, how I feel and things of that nature. So yeah, I am having weight loss surgery. I'm having weight loss surgery tomorrow. This time tomorrow, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, I will be in recovery. I am having a VSG, that stands for vertical sleeve gastrectomy. Feel free to Google that. There are plenty of videos here on YouTube as well that talk about it. I actually watched several YouTubers on their journey to being a healthier version of themselves. Speaking of healthier versions of themselves, why am I having this surgery? I could easily give you guys the super politically correct answer of I want to be a healthier version of myself, you know, physically and all the other good stuff. And yeah, that's great and good. But sis, truth be told, I'm tired of being a fat girl, okay? I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I'm tired of being a fat girl, okay? I have dealt with my weight up and down on a yo-yo since I was 13 years old. When I was 13 years old, I was going to a place called Healthy Weight in Anderson, South Carolina, my old hometown. And it's kind of a variation of Weight Watchers, and I lost a bunch of weight doing that, going in from my 8th grade to my freshman year of high school. Then over the course of 4 years, I gained all that weight back. And when I graduated high school, I was quite the chunky little monkey. Moving fast forward, 2006, I graduated from nursing school. I actually went to a bariatric clinic. But with the help of diet and exercise, I managed to lose 60 pounds when I graduated nursing school. That was in 2006, and I was cute. I was 22. I had a cute little frame. I'm 5'8"3/4", if you want to be technical, almost 5'9". And I had a cute little figure. I had gotten down to a size 10. And for my height and my body structure, because I have big boobs and other stuff, I look cute. I look real cute. You know, when you fresh out of college and you got a cute little figure and you think you that deal, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And over the next course of the next 4 years, honey, I gained all that weight back, honey. A mess. I was looking a mess in 2010. I'm trying to told you, but nevertheless, I just kept on trucking. Fast forward to 2012, I participated in a pretty intense diet and exercise program with a personal trainer out of Atlanta. I will not mention this individual's name because I don't do free promotion. You got to run me my money, real talk. But I was successful in 2012 because I did lose about 40 pounds. And once again, I was feeling myself, looking cute. And once again, I gained it all back. 2014, I decided to go back to nursing school for another degree, and that attributed to me gaining it back, because if you know anything about nursing school, you do one of two things. Shout out to all my nurses. You either gain weight or you lose weight. And in my instance, I gained weight. I gained all 40 pounds that I had lost in 2012 plus an extra 20. So I gained 60 pounds in the course of 1 year. Yeah, not good. 2016, I moved from Greenville, South Carolina to the Charlotte, North Carolina area. I actually live in a city called Rock Hill, South Carolina, but I'm always in Charlotte. I can tell you more about Charlotte than I can tell you about Rock Hill. I know that sounds crazy, but it is what it is. And depending on the day, the time, the weather, and whether or not the South Carolina, North Carolina Highway Patrol are out, I can make it to Center City, Charlotte in about 20 minutes from Rock Hill. So I live literally right outside of Charlotte. But yeah. And when I moved up here, I really kind of stayed towards myself. I didn't really do anything other than go to work and come home. And you know, I got a new title. So I was in a higher tax bracket, and you know, when you get in that higher tax bracket, your taste buds tend to change. So I was doing a lot of eating out, a lot of drive-throughs, a lot of stuff like that. And I didn't necessarily gain more weight, but I also obviously wasn't losing because I was eating and I was just having a sedentary lifestyle. Then in 2018, and I have to give you guys all this background because, like I said, I've struggled with my weight since I was like 13 years old. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And finally, in 2018, I had a real big health scare. I can't talk today. I went to the doctor and they did routine lab work, and they did my hemoglobin. I cannot talk today, you guys. What is going on? Plus I talk fast anyway, but they did a hemoglobin A1C, and mine was 8, which is really not good. And basically what that does is it looks at your blood sugars over the course of 3 months, I guess you could say. And mine wasn't good. And on top of that, I also was diagnosed with hypertension. I went into the doctor, and my blood sugar, not my blood sugar, what am I talking about? Not my blood sugar. My blood, I told you I'm all over the place, but I'm trying to stay focused, okay? My blood pressure was like 198 over 90 something, which is extremely high. I attributed that though to work and stress or whatever. And this was at the end of 2018, by the way. I don't think I prefaced that when I said it. And so I committed myself once again to going to the gym and working out, and less drive-throughs, more grilled salads with low-fat dressing and all kind of stuff. And it worked for all of a month. Y'all, I'm horrible. If you hadn't noticed, there's a pattern here, and it is of me being not consistent. However, I am consistently not consistent, okay? So let's fast forward to 2020, March of 2020, when Miss Coronisha decided to come through like her name was Beyonce on some Stop the World Stop type stuff. And obviously, me being a nurse, I threw myself completely into my work because that's what we do. I was working anywhere from 10 to 12 to even 16-hour days, 5 and 6 days a week. When I got a break, if I got a break, I wasn't eating healthy. Back to the drive-thrus and, you know, getting something here and there, not, you know, really sitting down eating healthy. I wasn't going to the gym because I was just too damn tired when I got off work, you know, and then I had to be back at work most time at 3:45 in the morning, sometimes 4 o'clock, because those are the hours that I have. And it was one thing after another, one thing after another. And so finally, and I'm going to be very vulnerable with this, and I'm usually not because I really don't like to talk about stuff like this, but this is more than just, you know, me telling you guys about the weight loss surgery that I'm having tomorrow, but also a way for me to also use this as a healing, I guess you could say. But throughout this time, about June, early June of 2020, I stepped on the scale just randomly at my job, and the scale read 301. And I was like, what? I stepped off the floor, told one of the nurses, you know, cover my bay. I'm gonna step off the floor to the bathroom for a minute. And I went in the bathroom, y'all, and I boo-hooed. I'm talking about ugly snot bubble cry. Okay, I was crying. I was like, how did I allow myself to get this big? But then I also had, you know, an Issa from Insecure moment in the bathroom mirror. And I was like, okay, now you realize what you've done to yourself, because I did it to myself. Did nobody else do it? I did it to myself, okay? Now that you realize what you've done to yourself, what you gonna do to rectify it and take accountability for it and change it? Now, I could go do what I normally do, is throw myself back into the gym, throw myself back into trying to, you know, eat right and all the other good stuff. But obviously I can do that, and I've done that, and I've been successful in that, but I've not been successful in keeping the weight off. Which leads me to what we're going to talk about today, me having weight loss surgery. I was talking to one of my coworkers who actually had the procedure done. And she's like, have you ever thought about weight loss surgery? And truth be told, I have, but I never thought that I would, you know, actually be able to have it. I thought about it on several occasions because, you know, truth be told, I am very pro surgery. If you want to have your butt done, your boobs done, little nip, little tuck, little suck, by all means, sis, do you, and don't let nobody judge you. And I thought about the weight loss surgery, and I kept thinking about it, and I did my research, and I figured out things. And then I had a OBGYN appointment at the end of June. And I spoke with my OBGYN. And at the end of our visit, she asked me in her sweet little voice, she said, Jacqueline, this is how she talked, y'all. Jacqueline, is there anything else that you want to talk about? And I was like, yeah, Dr. McGraw, I want to have weight loss surgery. And she was like, okay, I'll write the referral. Y'all, she's super cute. She really talks like that. But anywho, yeah, so she wrote the referral, and about a week later, I got a call from Novant Bariatrics of Charlotte, and let me tell you, this is where everything, including the kitchen sink, falls out, okay? So, everything is going well. I am do the consultation with the surgeon that I'm going to have. I meet the nurses, everything. I go to my appointment with Novant Bariatrics of Charlotte. And everything's going good. I start the 6-month process because in order to get any kind of weight loss surgery with a insurance company, or your insurance company to cover it, shall I say, with weight loss surgery, most places require that you have a 6-month process. Some require an 8-month process. Some require a year process. It just depends on the insurance company. And some require no process at all because they don't cover the surgery. You just have to find out if your insurance company does. Luckily, mine does, and they require a 6-month weight loss or program per se. So in that 6 months, you will see doctors, your surgeon, of course, nurses, nurse practitioners. You will have a literal psych eval because it's a lot of mental stuff that goes into preparing yourself for this surgery. It really is. You also will, I had to see a cardiologist. That's just because that's what my surgeon at the time required. And I was cleared from cardiology standpoint. You got to get cleared on so many things. I actually have sleep apnea, but I refuse to wear them doggone that Darth Vader mask. I'm not doing it. No. And I got diagnosed with sleep apnea because you have to go through all of that and all that kind of stuff because obesity does contribute to stuff like that. And I'm laughing, y'all, because literally, like, when I was going through I had to do a whole trial with that darn thing when they was like trying to find out about sleep apnea, and I was like, I can't sleep like this. I ain't finna sleep with this mess on me. Hell no, I'm not doing it. I told them, well, Jacqueline, you're gonna need to do this. No, I don't. I'm not doing it. You can't make me. No. And I didn't. I was not being a compliant patient, okay? As much as I hate non-compliant patients, you would think that I would know to do better, but, you know, whatever. Anywho, but it's a 6-month process. You have to meet with your surgeon, nurse practitioners. You meet with dietitians. You meet with, like I said, you have a psychiatrist. You do all of this stuff, you guys, to prepare yourself. And you have a whole packet that once everything is approved and done, they present it to your insurance company, and your insurance company goes over it to make sure you've met all the criteria. And if you have, then they will send a letter of authorization saying that you're authorized to have this surgery, and they're going to cover it. Ooh, I hit my ring light. Yeah. And I got approved for my surgery on 12/30 of 2020. And this is kind of where, like I said, the bottom completely fell out. I did not find out that I had gotten approved for my surgery, you guys, until January the 11th, because no one from my surgeon's office at that time, Novant Bariatrics, bothered to call and tell me. I had to learn from an outside third-party source that deals with my insurance company. And the way I found out, I was at work and I got a phone call, and I stepped off the floor and they were like, so when is your surgery date, Jacqueline? What surgery date, ma'am? And they were like, your surgery, you've been approved for your surgery. You got approved for your surgery on 12/30. I was like, oh, really? Because nobody told me that. And it was like, I mean, I was happy. Don't get me wrong. I was happy. But I was like, and so I immediately called Novant Bariatrics of Charlotte. And I was like, according to, you know, X, Y, and Z, I've been approved for my surgery and nobody has bothered to tell me that. Or whatever. They were like, oh, yeah. You were going to reach out to me. What? Like, huh? Red flag. Okay, so I finally get in contact with the scheduler for Novant Bariatrics of Charlotte. Notice I keep mentioning their name. There's a reason for that, and we're gonna get to it in just a minute. I told y'all I can be a little long-winded. I reach out to the surgery scheduler who works for the surgeon that I was dealing with, and she calls me and she's like, okay, Miss Jacqueline, you've been approved for your surgery, so we're gonna take you to surgery in 2 weeks. I say, whoop, 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 hold up, ice cream truck, what you talking about? No. You can't take me to surgery in 2 weeks, because I need to be able to prepare for my surgery. Other than this liquid diet that y'all gonna put me on for 2 weeks, I have to get, you know, things in order. My job, you know, and I don't get it twisted, y'all. Please don't get it twisted. I was ready to go to the surgery, but there's things behind the scenes that I had to get together or whatever. And they're like, okay, well, so the next available date that you can do it will probably be February the 25th. I was like, okay, great. We can do February 25th. Okay. So in that process, I had to notify my nurse manager. I had to get all my FMLA stuff together. I had other things I had to do behind the scenes. So the dietitian contacted me, and she was telling me all about the liquid diet, because when you are going towards weight loss surgery, they put you on a 2-week liquid diet. Most places do. Novant Bariatrics did. The current people that I'm with, I did the OptiFast diet. We'll talk about that. So I'm 2 weeks into this liquid diet. Now, let me be quite frank with you guys. I only saw my surgeon literally physically talk to her once. Okay. Now, granted, we're in a pandemic and they was doing a lot of telehealth, i.e. talk to people like on Zoom and stuff like that. And I did talk to her on Zoom for my pre-op when she was going to talk to me about my surgery. So I literally only saw my surgeon twice within a total of 7 months. Red flag number 2. That was on February the 3rd. when I talked to her the last time, and that was on a Zoom meeting. The only time I physically talked to her in person was when we did the initial consultation. Fast forward February 23rd of 2021. I get a notification that about my anesthesiology. Y'all, I'm 2 days out from surgery. And I'm like, have they lost their mind? So I called the office and I was asked to speak to the office manager and so on and so forth. And I told the office manager, I said, you know what? You all have really dropped the ball on communication since I've been with you all. And quite frankly, at this point, I don't want to do the surgery with you all. And the office manager was like, what are you talking about, Miss Chester? I was like, I'm canceling my surgery because I don't feel comfortable allowing you all to poke 5 holes into my abdomen and cut on me, because your communication or lack thereof throughout this whole process has really been not good. And as a healthcare professional myself and how things have gone, I don't like it. It was been wishy-washy from point 1 to point B. The only regret that I have is that I did not consult another surgical group as well as you all. But I had a referral from my OBGYN, but I just think it's best that we mutually part ways. I did this, you guys, 2 days outside of my surgery. And I could go into some other stuff that they did, but I don't want to turn this video into a negative Nancy or a miserable Molly type video, because that's not the headspace that I'm in right now. I am all about moving forward and being positive. But I will say this in conclusion to what I just said. If you live in Charlotte or surrounding areas and you are interested in weight loss surgery, honey, please don't use Novant Bariatrics of Charlotte. Don't waste your time, money, or energy, okay? They get no stars. Do not recommend. Trash, okay? Yeah. And what actually happened, like I said, I will not go into with the actual surgeon, because she tried me. She really tried me. It was something else that she tried me on. And I won't mention her name and I won't go into it, but I will say this. I wound up having to file a grievance with Novant as a result of it. Well, I thought something was wrong with my nail. I wound up having to file a grievance with Novant as a result of it. I also wound up having to file a grievance with the North Carolina Medical Board as a result. It was that kind of situation. Looking back in hindsight, I'm glad I did it that way. Was I upset because I was not going to get my surgery? Obviously so, because I had worked so hard. I did my due diligence as the patient, doing what I needed to do to get my surgery, and they dropped the ball on every level. So I am glad that I did not allow them to operate on me. Okay. So yeah, I know I had posted on my other social medias about me having this surgery back on February 25th, and I was supposed to have it on 25th, but unfortunately I canceled it because I didn't feel, whenever I'm the type of person, I go with my gut intuition. When something don't feel right, you go with it, okay? That's a sign, okay? But now I'm not having my surgery. I'm still fat. What am I gonna do about this? I still kept going to the gym. I still kept eating right. I still kept doing what I was doing, and I shopped and found me another surgeon. I actually went to Atrium, which is another big hospital system here in Charlotte, and I liked them. However, it was going to take a little bit longer than I was anticipating. So my mother, once again, my rock, my boo, my baby, she said, Nicole, why don't you just come down here to Greenville and have your surgery done or whatever? And it made a lot of sense, because my mother, when I was originally going to do the surgery with Novant Bariatrics, she was going to come up here to Charlotte with me, and she was going to stay with me for 4 days, and then I was going to go back home with her to my parents' house and do the rest of my recovery for 2 weeks down there. Whereas it makes more sense for me to go to Greenville and have my surgery done there, because my parents live in Anderson, which is 30 minutes from Greenville, and I'll just be closer. If I had complications, Lord willing, I pray I don't, I would be closer to the doctors and everything else. And it made perfectly logical sense. So I contacted Prisma Health Weight Management Institute in Greenville, South Carolina. Shout out to Prisma Health, aka GHS. When I lived in Greenville, it was GHS, so I'm gonna still call it GHS, okay? But Prisma Health Weight Management in Greenville, South Carolina. Shout out to the entire surgical team there. Patricia Eichhorn, Dr. Eichhorn, Dr. E. She is my surgeon. She will be doing my surgery tomorrow. Also, shout out to Dr. John Scott. He's also the head of the surgery department there. Shout out to their practice manager. She's real sweet. Her name is Carmen. Shout out to everybody. The dietitians, they were so great, you guys. To go from the situation I was with the previous surgeon to them was a total change. Like, it was refreshing because they listened to me. Number one, I did not have to do any of the insurance work, i.e. the 6-month program. I didn't have to do that over because I had already done it, and it's good for like 5 years. I didn't have to get my psych eval redone. I didn't have to do anything. All I had to do was get all of my medical records transferred from Novant to Prisma down in Greenville. I went in, I met with Dr. Eichhorn. She's super cool. I really like her. If you're in the Greenville area and you're thinking about weight loss surgery, I highly recommend them. She talked to me. She explained about my procedure. And I remember I told her, I said, well, I'm going to go with the VSG. That's what I've been told that I need. She was like, okay, cool. I've never heard a patient just come in and tell me they want a VSG. I was like, well, I'm a nurse. So she's like, great. That's even better. I'm going to explain everything, but you'll understand it better because I was like, it was that kind of situation. She really made me feel like a patient, okay? Because I have a bad habit of thinking of things from my medical background as opposed to being just a patient. She made me feel like a patient. Her staff made me feel like a patient. My first initial consult with her was on March 24th. And I remember when I talked to the office manager, who was Carmen, she said, now, I can't guarantee that we're going to be able to get you right in, but considering your situation, your special case, it shouldn't take you more than 3 to 4 months to get you to surgery. My initial consultation was March 24th. I'm going to surgery tomorrow, you guys, July the 19th. So they did what they said they were going to do. Everything has worked out well. I've been on this OptiFast diet that I mentioned earlier in my video. Like I said, I don't want this video to be long, but I know I'm coming up on 30 minutes. So I got to really wind it down. But basically, I was on the OptiFast diet. I've been on it since June 20th. When I started, I was 271. Remember I told you guys I was 301. So I had lost 30 pounds from that 301 to 271. And I'm happy to say the day before my surgery, I am 251 pounds. I have lost 20 pounds in 1 month. And that brings my total up to 50 pounds since I originally started with this whole situation. And I'm looking forward to losing 150 more. Yes, that's my goal. That's the goal. That's my personal goal. If I hit 170, I'll be happy because of my height and my structure. But I really want to get down to like 150. That would be perfect for me. Okay. And when I do, y'all ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. Okay. But anywho, let me stop. I gotta wind this video up. So yeah, you guys, I'm excited. I'm having a vertical sleeve. They are literally gonna take 75 to 80% of my stomach out of my body tomorrow. I'm super geeked. I'm hyped. I'm ready. I have worked hard towards this, and I hope and pray that you guys will watch this video through the end, even though I talk so much. But I'm going to document. I'm going to vlog. I want you guys to take this journey with me. I want you guys, I'm not only just going to be on YouTube doing this, I'm also going to be sharing a lot of stuff on my Instagram, which is at Miss Pretty Nurse. All my social medias are at Miss Pretty Nurse. I will link them down below. I got to get ready to go to get down to my parents' house so that I can prep for in the morning to be able to go to surgery. So let me wind this video up. Thank you for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love you. All kisses and hugs and all good stuff. Please don't forget to like, share, and press that subscribe button. That is so important, okay? Thumbs it up, all that good stuff. But yes, your girl is having VSG surgery tomorrow. I hope you guys will take this journey with me. I'm going to be vlogging about it. I actually will be vlogging tomorrow from the hospital on my camera phone. Yeah, but anywho, I'm super excited. I'm geeked, honey. So yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Miss Pretty Nurse out.